this shit is crazy important, okay? This is about the reason why the Trump-Epstein relationship fell apart. Because Trump is talking about poaching workers, but there's some stuff that has come to light here where Epstein was buying this massive piece of real estate, and he takes Trump to see it to sort of advise him on how to fix it up. He's like asking for Trump's help, essentially. Then Trump backdoors him and buys it with a higher bid. But Epstein was like, Trump doesn't have that money. Trump does not have access to $40 million. How did he buy this? And then he finds out that Trump's getting the money from some Russians. There's like some money laundering going on. And that was what started the rift. And this is where I believe that Trump turned Epstein in. I think he turned him in order to exercise power over him, to like protect himself and let him know that, hey man, you need to be careful because I actually can influence government officials, right? Like I got you off with Alex Acosta, but if you fuck around, I'm gonna fucking take you down. I don't know, it feels really relevant because all the research I've been doing on this points to Trump selling out Epstein in order to protect his own interests, sort of forcing a silence from him with like, if you tell on me, like I'm gonna end you, you know what I'm saying? And I have the power to end you. I can influence what the government does. And Jeff Epstein didn't have that kind of fucking power and connection. Okay, because Trump has been connected to like the sort of mafia, sort of government owning power for a long time. But yeah, let's watch this.
Now, Epstein's explanation for why this friendship ended is as follows. In 2004, Epstein believed himself to be the high bidder on a piece of real estate in Palm Beach, a house. $36 million was his bid.
It's insane, dude.
He took his friend Trump around to see the house to advise him on how to move the swimming pool. Trump thereupon went around Epstein's back and bid $40 million for the house and got the property. Epstein, who was well acquainted, in fact, deeply involved with Trump's scattered finances, understood that he didn't have $40 million to pay for this house.
Exactly.
Now, if that was the case, it was someone else's $40 million. At the time, Epstein believed this to be the $40 million of a Russian oligarch by the name of Rybolev. Less than 2 years later, this same house that Trump had bought for $40 million was sold for $95 million.
95.
And it was, in fact, sold to Mr. Rybolev.
Oh my God. So do you see that? So he fucking got the money from Rybolev to buy the house, and then Trump sells it to Rybolev, right, for over double the value. Now, at this time, too, nobody was spending $95 million on a house. That was like so far above market value. This was a crazy transaction.
This is all a red flag of money laundering.
Money laundering, big time.
And what Epstein did, and he was furious about losing this house. I mean, there's something about these guys that nothing rouses them so much as a real estate betrayal. Epstein, after the sale of this house, after Trump went around his back, got this house, Epstein began to threaten him. He began to threaten him with lawsuits. He began to threaten him with going to the press and saying that Trump was a front man for a money laundering deal. Trump panics at this point. And Epstein believed, and he believed to his dying day, that it was Trump who went to the police, Trump who was fully acquainted with what was going on at Epstein's house.
Absolutely. Involved with it.
Trump went to the police and, as Epstein said, dropped the dime on him. That is to say, informed the police of what was going on, and an investigation began, and all of Epstein's legal problems for the next 15 years began to unfold. This story about this piece of real estate and their falling out was first published in June 2019. It was published actually in my book, Siege, the second book I had written about the Trump White House. Epstein had recounted this story to me. I put it in this book. Epstein at that moment was in Paris. He read the book. He called me with some alarm, and he said he was afraid that he might have said too much. 3 weeks later, he returned to the United States from Paris and was promptly arrested.
Teterboro Airport.
On the tarmac of Teterboro Airport in New Jersey when his plane landed.
Yeah. So, I mean, that is a crazy story, right? That's a crazy story, that the money laundering going on, that was all the way back before the fucking separation. And now Trump is still like, dude, he's literally still running around being like, oh yeah, he stole workers.
Family of Virginia Giuffre released a statement overnight in response to some of the comments that you made this week. You said that Jeffrey Epstein stole people from Mar-a-Lago. At the time, did you know why he was taking those young women, including Virginia?
No, I didn't know. I mean, I would figure it was ABC fake news that would ask that question, one of the worst. But no, I don't know really why.
Dude.
But I said, if he's taking anybody from Mar-a-Lago, he's hiring or whatever he's doing. I didn't like it. And
dude, ABC fake news. Dude, he's falling apart, bro. It's like, I'm sorry, dude, this doesn't work on anybody anymore. They're fucknuts.
We threw him out. We said we don't want him, at the place. This is a story that's been known for many years, as you know. But it's, I didn't like it that he was doing that. Yeah, please.
He's getting jacked up, bro. He is falling apart in a major fucking way, dude. Now, first off, you may have seen this dude. He has Lawrence Taylor, another rapist he invites to the White House. He doesn't even know why he's there, dude. Trump's just like, oh, let's bring a rapist to the White House.
No, don't stop. I'm just proud to be on this team. I don't know why. I don't know what we're supposed to be doing, but I'm here to serve, and I'm here to serve you. Okay, so I'm going to do the best I can for as long as I can. Thank you very much.
Dude, yeah, he's like, I don't even know what I'm doing here, right? I know I'm a rapist. You're a rapist. You're, like, probably going down for rape, so you invite me, another rapist. I have no idea why I'm here, but thanks for inviting me. What, are they gonna go rape together or what, dude? What the fuck, bro? Dude, oh my God, isn't that wild? That shit is nuts. Let's look at Virginia Giuffre's family. She was a teenager working at Mar-a-Lago, okay? A place where her father worked. Her father was a maintenance man there. She wasn't stolen by Jeffrey Epstein. She was a young girl working at a resort, and one of the owner of the resort's good friends came in and lured her, coerced her into fucking sex work.
She wasn't stolen. She was preyed upon at his property, at President Trump's property. And I think it's very important that we don't treat it like stolen. Seems very impersonal. It feels very much like an object, and these survivors are not objects. Women are not objects. What goes through my mind is that it's time to protect survivors, and it's time to protect the young women and our future generation of young women. So no, she wasn't stolen. She was preyed upon. And it certainly makes you kind of ask the question, how much he knew during that time, right? Even a couple of years later, even after he, I believe he had stated something along the lines of cutting off communication or kicking him out. He described Jeffrey Epstein as somebody who really enjoyed being around young women. And so she was preyed upon. She wasn't stolen. That's a predator that came and took her and did absolutely horrible things to her and so many other women out there.
What's crazy about it is she has this job at Mar-a-Lago. Jeffrey Epstein, the guy who likes all the young girls and has this young girl fetish, Jeffrey Epstein, whose house he goes to that has literal pictures of like beaver shots, like young girls, drawings and paintings of teenage girls with their legs spread and shit all over his house. I mean, the guy's predilection and obsession with like teen sexuality, Jeffrey Epstein's, was like so obvious. Anybody who went into his inner sanctum was well aware of this guy's habits. Okay. And Trump knows, it was Maria Farmer who said Trump came in and Epstein's like, no, she's not here for you. Come with me. And he takes Trump into a back room. But this idea that, he finds out that the guy who preys on young girls stole one of his workers, but then he's just like, I'm not going to talk to you anymore. Well, what about the girl? Are you concerned with what he did with the girl? Did you follow up to what he did with her after he pulled her out of your business? You know what I mean? Or, we know that Trump didn't fucking care. He's lying through his teeth. He's making shit up, bro. He didn't care about any of that. He, in fact, if you look at it, if you really look at it, guys, Trump models was bringing young girls from Eastern Europe to America. I think Trump was engaged in the same business. His Trump models was a front for bringing illegal Eastern European women to New York City and then them being under Trump's total control. He was like putting them up in apartments where he was overcharging them. They weren't making any money. His modeling company was a front for this shit too, just like John Casablancas's elite models and Brunel, right? Jean-Luc Brunel, Karen models, right? They were all in it,
I think one for me is, when are we going to start believing survivors? I think that's a very powerful one, and it's certainly something every survivor feels. We've had the opportunity to speak with so many powerful survivors out there.
See, this guy, Virginia Giuffre's brother, makes a good point, because look at what they're talking about now. The Republicans are trying to entertain the criminal, okay, the predator, Ghislaine Maxwell, who she's been described as a monster. She's a liar. She's a manipulator. She sexually abused these girls. She groomed these girls. She trafficked these girls with Epstein. It looks like she was even the ringleader. She certainly was the one with their hands on the levers of power. But they want to talk to her. They want to put her in front of Congress and be like, you tell us about this crime. But like, why would they even do that? She's been Trump's friend since the 80s. Shouldn't they be talking to the victims? Pam Bondi said there's over 1,000 victims. Let's find any of them that want to come before Congress and drop a dime on some people and out the people who abuse them. Like, why aren't the witnesses that are in the files, why aren't they coming out and we're using their information? We know who's in those files. The FBI knows. They have the information. They have countless girls that have come forward and told their stories. But no, they want to put the predator, the criminal predator, and be like, let's get her take. on it. Like, oh yeah, that sounds good. What is up, guys? Thank you so much for watching. You like the video, you want to support independent resistance media, you know what to do. Drop that sub, hit the like button, and please share it. And we do love our members, so if you want to become a member, it's another really great way to support. Thanks again for everything, guys. I'll see you next time. Let's go.